Hey everybody, today we are making chicken cacciatore over brown rice. If you watched the last video, you know that we're in the middle of the corona pandemic. Things are getting pretty bad. People are buying all the shit in the grocery stores, so I got some whole chicken, showed you how to break those down, make some chicken stock. I use the breasts to make empanadas, and today I'm going to show you how to use the thighs and legs and wings to make chicken cacciatore. So you're getting multiple meals and some chicken stock out of a couple whole chickens. Also, you'll know that I'm pretty much a doctor, and this is the cure, or it'll at least keep you safe. That's moonshine. You want to follow that with some whiskey or bourbon, kill all that good shit inside you. Here you go. It does not get easier. Ever. Whew. Also, a little disclaimer. I am not a doctor by any means, and I have no idea what I'm talking about, but drinking is fun. So in these shitty times, you should probably drink as much as you possibly can. Although I do think it lowers your immune system. Once again, not a doctor. Anyways, cheers. I'm going to show you what we got going on over here. So, over here, we have our legs, thighs, and wings that we broke down from those chickens. We're going to season those up with salt and pepper. And some baby portobellos that were just washed and sliced. About 6 cloves of garlic chopped up. We're going to do a large dice on the rest of this stuff. It's going to be 2 green bell peppers, about 6 stalks of celery, 1 large yellow onion, and half a pound of bacon. Then we got 1 cup of the chicken stock that we just made, a can of tomato puree, and we're going to use 1 cup of Chardonnay. You want a dry white wine for that. Doesn't have to be Chardonnay, but you want it to be dry. And then for our rice, we got 1.5 cups of brown rice, 3 cups of water, and a pat of butter. We are doing brown rice because I've been drinking a lot of bourbon, so we're trying to be a little healthy. Also some thyme. Now you could use other herbs as well, but I had time left over from that chicken stock, so I'm going to use that. But you could use rosemary, sage, it's all good. So the first thing we're going to do is get this bacon rendered down, get it just to about crispy, and then pull that out of the pan so we can brown our chicken. What I'm talking about, we're going to get that pan going on a medium-low heat. And just dump our bacon in. Let that render slowly. Break it up a little bit. Also, we can get our water going for our rice. So that's 3 cups of water for 1.5 cups of brown rice. Turn that bad guy on high and bring that up to a simmer. Once it comes to a simmer, we're going to stir in our rice. Oh, and that bacon's already sizzling. Now back over here with our chicken, while that bacon's simmering away, or sizzling away, rendering down, we're going to season up our chicken. Just salt and pepper. You want to get it on both sides, all over that chicken. You have your hand high over the chicken so it seasons evenly. You put it close, you're going to get salt in one spot. You don't want it all in one spot. It'll be nasty. So just let that shit rain. You can use salt bay that motherfucker. Bam! Bam! Salt! It's good. Nice and well seasoned. A little lighter on the pepper. Flip that over. Get both sides. Seasoning is important. Lots of salt, lots of pepper. Okay, bye. Both sides. Nice and high, even spread. Oh yeah. Alright. So that's done. Get back to you when that bacon's done. We'll start browning this up. Alright, so it's been a couple minutes and our bacon is about there. Also, our water came to a boil, so I stirred in that rice, threw in the pat of butter, put a lid on it, brought it down to a light simmer, and it's got 45 minutes. We're going to take out this bacon. We can set it on a paper towel. Pull some of that grease off of it. And then you could strain that bacon fat out of the pan, but you need to brown your chicken, so why do that in oil when we can do that in bacon fat? We're going to leave that fat right there, and I'll be right back with the chicken. We got the chicken over here, the pan's nice and hot from the bacon. I'm just going to start adding that in. It's important when you're browning meat that you don't overcrowd your pan. The pan will lose too much heat and you won't get a nice sear on it. That's all I'm going to do. We got a couple pieces left that we got to do after that, but don't want to overcrowd that pan. Just a little pro tip for all you guys out there that are trying to cook and impress your ladies. She will be very impressed if you do dishes while you're cooking, so there's not a fucking huge mess for her to clean up when she gets home either. Now our chicken's nice and browned up. Took about 3 minutes per side, 3 to 4 minutes per side, and we're gonna start cooking. I dumped out about half the oil that came off of the bacon, and that's what we're gonna use to cook the rest. Start building this dish. A little bit of that bacon fat left in that pan. Chicken is brown. Got about medium-high heat. We're gonna add the onions. Stir it up. Let that cook. We're going to throw in our garlic as well. And keep stirring that so your garlic doesn't burn. For about a minute, 2 minutes. A little bit of color on that garlic. We'll get the peppers and celery. Now we're going to bring it up to high. But you got to take care of it. Burn. Stir. Mix it. If you don't want to mix it around like that, you just use a spoon. Stir it up. Add our peppers and our celery. I'm going to cook this for about 3 minutes. Let it get a little tender. Let those peppers get a little tender before we add the mushrooms to it. We'll be right back. So our onions are just getting to be translucent, and our peppers are just starting to soften up. We're going to add our mushrooms. So the reason you don't want to put your mushrooms in with your peppers and onions is they have a lot of water content that's going to come out of them. And you want to saute your peppers and onions. You don't want to steam them. So now that you got those sauteed, you can add your mushrooms and those will cook down. And we'll start building the sauce. At this point you do want to season with a little salt, little pepper as well. Not too much, you can adjust your seasoning at the end. The mushrooms are getting cooked down. So it is time to add about a cup of white wine. It's going to be about a quarter of the bottle. You can judge off of that if you're pouring straight from the bottle. On high. We'll also add a cup of chicken stock and our thyme. Yummy, yummy. Now, let that come up to a simmer. that long. Also, while that's coming to a simmer, I got my oven preheated to 425 because once we get this all put together, I'm going to throw it in the oven and let it just cook away in there for a while until the chicken comes up to 165 degrees. And that is simmering away. We will add our tomato product to that. There's 1 can of tomato puree. That's a 28-ounce can. Give it a little stir. Once again, I like to season throughout the dish, but also just at the end, don't over season. So just a little salt, a little pepper. Give that a nice stir. Everything's going to start marrying together. And we add the bacon back in. Bacon's back in there. Sauce is coming together. We can start adding the chicken back in. Just gonna place it up in that sauce. Try to get it partially covered. Oh yeah. Chicken cacciatore technically means a hunter sauce. So there's things that you would find if you were foraging in the woods. That's why you got your peppers and your mushrooms and herbs and all that good stuff. So you got all your chicken back in there. And we're going to transfer it to the oven and just let it simmer away in that oven. I got it set at 425 degrees. It's going to take about a half an hour. Now if you got one of these nifty doodads, you can stick that in the chicken and this sits outside and it sends the temperature to it. You can also set it to go off, have an alarm go off at your desired temperature, which I will set mine at 160. So there's carryover, I'll pull it out, that chicken's going to cook over to 165 just sitting in the hot sauce and everything else. And it's easy. Our rice just hit 45 minutes. I just checked it, it's nice and tender, so put that lid back on. Just let it sit for about 10 minutes and soak up the rest of that water. Then you can fluff it up with a fork. Also, you want to season that with salt right now. And just season to taste. Alright, gentlemen, this is your downtime. This is where those extra bonus points come into play. Pour yourself another whiskey. You deserve that much. And hit them dishes. You'll thank me later. Maybe not later. You'll probably be busy. Tomorrow, though. That is done. Chicken is cooked through. The sauce came together deliciously. It's nice and browned. And you got yourself a nice little dinner. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments or requests or anything, just let me know. Thanks.